Hello and welcome everyone to another episode of the Still Sane podcast. I am your host, Talkative, and today we have King Kongor here to talk about all things PoE 2 0.3, the Third Edict. King Kongor, how has your league start been going, and what are you playing right now?
I'm playing Warrior, and league start. I mean, the campaign. I had a really good time in Act 1. I had an okay time in Act 2. Act 3 was a bit rough, but then I got a really nice weapon thanks to a viewer, and then it went better. Act 4 was actually surprisingly super easy, and the interludes were also kind of easy, but except for that one boss in interlude number 2, the Act 2 one. That one was crazy. It took me an hour.
Really?
Absolutely insane. Yeah, everything was easy except that boss. That boss, I forgot his name. It's
Asmati.
absolutely insane.
I think it's
Yeah, that
Asmati.
one.
What was hard about it? I'd imagine he'd be pretty tough on a warrior. Was it just you couldn't lock him down, or what was going on?
So I was playing the campaign with Perfect Strike, and it's kind of slow. So, and he is like he is crazy. He goes absolutely ham. So that's basically what happens.
No, that makes sense. He pops around. Was he one-shotting you on a warrior too? Surely not with all your armor changes and buffs, right? Armor's fine.
No, I don't. I've never used armor in this game yet as a warrior. I
Really?
am, yeah. I just go full AOE and attack speed and damage. That's what I do.
So you're just glass
So
cannon entirely on your build right now?
yeah, but I don't feel like a glass cannon because
Really?
yeah, like my defenses are like insta leads and stuff like that.
Okay.
So those really big packs of what are they called? The abyss packs. I can just zoom straight through them. I don't have to stay on the side. I just go straight through them, and my health stays full.
Oh,
So in
really?
in a way, I'm tanky, but it's like a single mob that can sometimes be tricky. So I need to make sure to kill those quick.
Yeah, 100%. What skill are you using with your warrior primarily?
I'm using Stampede, Forge Hammer, and I use what's it called? Rolling Slam. Rolling Slam for single target is
Okay.
really good.
I
It
was
took a while to figure out what was good on the
yeah.
warrior.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was.
you've been playing in every league though, right? You've been playing it in 0-1 and 0-2?
Yeah, I played it 0-1. Basically, only played it in 0-1, and in 0-2, I started with it. Wasn't really too happy, and eventually also went Lightning Spear on a Blood Mage solo self found.
Yeah.
That went really well. But now in 0-3, everyone was like, "Oh, warrior bad, and it's gonna suck. Play Deadeye." So I was like, "Okay, you got to be greedy when others are fearful." I was pretty upset about a lot of changes, and it took a while to figure out how to make it good. But now I am absolutely zooming. I have more movement speed I've ever had before. Bosses die super quick, not as in like one shot, but I kill him before like Sest on the highest difficulty dies before he gets to do an attack. So
Dang.
Warrior's definitely pretty good. Yeah.
100%. So, is there any way you can further push your warrior, or are you feeling like you're pretty maxed out at this point?
Right now, I'm just pushing movement speed. Movement
Okay.
speed works really well with Stampede because
Okay.
Stampede has two different things. So the attack speed is like the wind up, and then the movement speed is how fast you do those little steps to do the Stampede. So,
Right.
but yeah, I'm just min maxing. I like to min max. That's why I spend so much time on one character usually.
Is your goal the one shot? You said you're getting Zesh down before he does anything. Are you going to try to get a one shot in there where it's just one move and death, or is that not possible in your current build, you think?
I think it might be possible, but you would need a weapon that is basically impossible to create. You would need a basically a mirror tier weapon. Basically everything tier 1 and then sanctify it and have everything also tier 1.
Hmm.
Because I actually did a calculation in Peta Building today, and you can get a 1900 physical DPS weapon. But yeah, good luck with that.
Well, you said you had your first Sanctify today. Man, maybe you'll just get lucky. 6 T1
Yeah.
affixes, just pour everything into it, the entire league, right? You'll be playing until December, right? Not like you're going to bounce off and play other games, anything like that, you know?
We don't have time for different games.
Oh, only PoE 2. You got to up those hours, okay? Gotta get them high
I'm
up.
working on it.
All right. What else have you thought about 0.3 so far? Obviously, you like the campaign. Actually, before we dive into that, you mentioned that Act 4 and the interludes felt easy. I share that sentiment, dude. I felt like everything was quite a bit easier this go around, especially
Yeah.
the bosses. Did you notice that in the early acts that some bosses were tuned down a little bit, and that the Act 4 bosses were, I don't know, kind of pushovers, just for me?
Well, like I said, Act 1, I didn't feel any different, but Act 1 is also the act I practice quite a lot. But for Warrior, it's so important. Just if you have a decent weapon, it's like day and night indifference with how you do on bosses with Perfect Strike.
Yeah.
But I had a hard time in Act 3 because
Okay.
there's just so many really fast, tiny mobs that if they get to you, they do like this like little mini stun, and then you're just dead as a warrior. So I had to play super careful. But in Act 4, I felt like the monster density was a bit lower. It was very linear. I noticed that a lot of stuff was very linear. I mean, there was dead ends, but it was not very big open areas, and you had to search for very specific things. It was pretty straightforward. I kind of appreciated that. I mean, I really like Act 4, but it definitely felt it was easier compared to
Yeah.
other acts.
Yeah.
The bosses were very interesting, though. I thought they were cool, but my weapon was too strong. So.
It was. So you're deleting. Yeah. No, I feel
Yeah.
that totally. Especially in Act 3, my stopper many times over is Utsal. That's usually where I have to slow down and go get a bunch of upgrades on my build. It happened this time. I was playing Hollow Palm Ice Strike, and I moved at a snail's pace through Utsal. But once I reached Doriani, took down Doriani with ease, and in Act 4, it was smooth sailing pretty much. So, yeah, experiences mirrored a little bit there. Do you plan on trying out Hollow Palm at all? Does that interest
Yes.
you in the slice? It does?
Yeah. Yeah. One of my viewers showed a build today that he just, I mean, it's basically a really crazy fast build from the last few seasons that becomes even faster with Hollow Palm that no one apparently plays yet. And he was like level 68 and he's faster than anything I've seen so far. So there's some crazy possibilities. Yeah. The Hollow Palm looks really fun. I
Oh, yeah.
definitely want to play other classes, but I just want to finish the warrior first.
No, that makes sense. Got to be the specialist. Got to get that screen clearing AoE and everything. So, but I
Yeah.
highly recommend Hollow Palm, dude. It feels so chunky and impactful. And if you like fast stuff too, I'm sure that you can up its speed to insane degrees. So it'll be fun and good. So, any other initial thoughts on 0.3 aside from just the campaign and the new additions there?
I mean, overall, I'm pretty happy. It's just, I mean, you know, the elephant in the room, the performance. I mean, I got a 4090 and a 7800 X3D. My computer is a beast, and sometimes I have 10 FPS. So, like, what is happening? And then you load back in the screen, and you can move around, and your screen is black, and there's still these grinding gears.
Yeah.
I'm like, what's happening? So I cannot even imagine playing hardcore.
No. Or on consoles. Honestly.
Yeah.
Apparently there's a lot of console players, but I can't picture it, especially in maps, dude. With Abyss. Oh,
Yeah. Now that you say that, I am gonna ask some of my viewers some more. Like, I'm really curious because I know a couple guys that only play console. I'm really curious how that works out because that would kill a PlayStation.
oh yeah. Kill a PlayStation and Xbox low-end PCs. I'm sure
Yeah.
they're having a tough time. So
Oh.
that is something that we were discussing at the start of the stream today. Grinding Gear Games has been unusually silent, I think, in this first week. Like, things have gone generally well, except for the performance stuff. Obviously, there's like skill balance issues and stuff like that. But the performance problems, they rewrote the renderer going into this patch. So I wonder if they're kind of internally freaking, but because it sounded like from their testing, it was supposed to be mostly positive changes. I never crashed before this patch, dude. Not once. And I'm crashing every 20 minutes now, unfortunately. So.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah. I'm getting the render crash. So the thing you were talking about, black screen, gears grinding, you lose your mini map and everything. I'm getting that crash every 20 minutes. I tried everything. So
Really? And are you doing juiced maps or are you just
bro.
doing
Dude,
no.
I haven't even stepped foot into juice maps, man. I did make one change today that seems to help a little bit. I lowered my sound channel count from medium to low, and I'm not experiencing as much FPS drops in Abyss, which is cool.
There's there's another thing you could do.
Yeah.
Cute Dog had a video about it.
Okay.
So you go into your game, and then you just go join a really random chat channel,
Okay.
as in like global 5 7, like something with 5 digits, and then you enter that and you do /clear, and
Okay.
then you just close down the game, and then you restart it again, and then you go to a trade channel as well with 5 digits. You do /clear, and then you close it again. And the reason why you want to close it, so if you crash, it wouldn't save it. But if you close your game, it will save it. So then from now on, every time you log in, you'll be in those two completely dead channels that no one's ever been in. And apparently you gain like 20 FPS. I haven't done it myself yet, but I have heard multiple of my viewers say that it helped a lot. So that it might be something for you to try. And
See,
other people
yeah,
watching this.
100%. See, that's a little wild. That sort of jank, I really hope is fixed during early access. You know, I I really hope those sort of things are just smashed before the game is officially released, because that's crazy that that would actually affect performance to that degree, if true, right? So
Yeah. No, they have to. Absolutely. I mean, we're QA right now, pretty
we
much.
are, we
So
are, we're QA
first
paying well.
QA.
Yeah, Now the other thing, I guess I'll ask you about. It's not that crazy a problem with my build, but I do still experience it a little bit. Is visual clarity. So obviously there's the performance, which is trash. And then one of the big reasons they made PoE 2 was to fix the visual clutter in PoE 1. And I'd argue, from my perspective, the visual clarity in PoE 2 is worse than PoE 1 at the top end right now. And we're like 2 updates into the game. It doesn't have 10 years of bloat yet. Well, how is that from your perspective? Are you experiencing that where there's just so much on the screen you don't see what's going on, or you're dying to things that you don't see happening? Or is that kind of a problem for skill-less players like myself?
No. 100%. The visual clarity is way worse. Like absolutely way worse. I mean, in my case, like as a warrior, like we are the AOE kings, so we clear the entire screen usually in just one hit, just one big explosion, and then you can usually see what's there. But the problem with this game is, so in Path of Exile 1, after many years of complaints, they finally made everything that is on the ground and explodes very visible. It's really well telegraphed now if you go to Path of Exile 1. And for some reason, they decided, hey, we're going to make Path of Exile 2. All that we have learned, we'll just throw it in the trash. And there's Abyss now. It's green. Let's make really tiny green little blobs on the ground, and they randomly explode and one-shot you. Like, I don't understand. I really don't understand. I'm not sure if you've experienced that, but there's so many things that blend with the environment so perfectly that you just can't see it. So I hope they revisit a lot of the stuff and telegraph them better, because
It's,
nothing feels worse.
yeah. They kind of did it in PoE 2 with the base monsters, but like you said, they learned the lesson, and then with Abyss, there are so many examples of it happening. And I have experienced it many times, dude. It's probably, I'd say 60% of my deaths. Not, I won't go as high as 80 or 90%, 60%. And I experienced it in Clearfell. Like, I'm going in,
Yeah.
I'm on my monk, I start bashing stuff, and bam, little green guys explode all over me as I'm on the Abyss. I'm like, oh my gosh, they did it again. And then there's another mob that explodes, and another ground degen effect, and a special modifier that leaves a puddle behind as it teleports on top of you. Like, oh my, it's egregious how much more difficult it is for melee. And especially if we're not blowing up the screen like you. You know, I don't have a good build, so I'm like trying to actually fight, and it becomes quite the encounter of sidestepping all these puddles on the ground. So I hope they revisit it. I hope it goes core too. I suppose we could probably talk, since it's kind of all mashed together with performance and with the clutter. Abyss Man, first league mechanic in Path of Exile 2. It's not like those wisps that were added in 0-2, okay? How do you think it went? You liking it? You hating it? Anything that you wish could be better? Like, what's the full rundown of Abyss from your perspective?
I really like Abyss. I think it opens so many crafting potential, which is almost, you would say, I think actually crafting is a bit too powerful the way it is now, but it's fun. I mean, it's doing well for the economy. The economy is not crazy inflated. So, I mean, so far, it's been more than a week now and the economy is doing good. And the main reason is because of how Abyss works and all the omens it gives and all the possibilities it opens up. So it's a lot of fun. I do think I'm not sure if you've seen him yet, but the Abyss boss is way too easy.
He is. I haven't
Yeah,
fought him.
he's
I haven't fought him at all.
yeah. Once you get there, I expected a way stronger opponent. He like it's not like I mean he has strong abilities, but I think his health is just yeah I don't know. It was over before it started basically. So I
Man.
was really confused about that. Other than that, yeah, I think Abyss is really fun. It's pretty good. I like the amount of monsters on my screen. It does cause a lot of lag, but hopefully they'll fix that. But yeah, no, overall, I think Abyss is really cool, and I do see it go core,
Yeah.
but not every map.
Not every map. No, 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 no. I
No.
wonder if they'll do a mix of the overrun maps on Abyss, or maybe keep the crafting of the waystones, because that seems pretty cool from what I've looked at so far, and then just have it spawn like current League mechanics on the Atlas. And I
Yeah.
go ahead.
No, I think there will be tablets for them as well.
Yeah. Okay.
Probably if they keep the towers. I mean, I think towers will stay, but I think they're going to completely redo how towers work so that they, for example, don't overlap anymore, and yeah, that it's actually nice to have them. But yeah, I can talk about towers for hours. By the way.
Oh, I know. I know.
So,
Towers have been the talk of the town for almost 10 months now. I hope they're cooking in 04. Really. They've now pitched this as the end game patch, the Druid patch. So I hope that it is a meaty one in December. It'll be really interesting to see what they cook up after this next PoE1 expansion and the reception of this expansion. Because from what I've generally seen, day one of 03, I saw a lot of ragers, okay? There were a lot of people mad. There's some deleting of characters from, I call this my Rax hoodie, okay? I love Rax. Rax did delete his monk at the end of day one. Pretty funny stuff. I was not expecting that. I was playing the exact same build as Rax pretty much, and I was loving it, and somebody came into my chat and was like, Rax just deleted his monk, dude. What's going on?
But why did he do that? I saw the clip. I still don't know why. Like, what was
he felt
the
his
reasoning?
defenses were like trash in Act 4.
Oh,
So
okay.
I think that his gear just must have been bad. He must have been having a bad experience with the gear and everything. So, but after that, people who have been very critical of the game have been loving the game. Like, reception has turned around. We talked a little bit before going live on the pod that you played a lot of 01, didn't play a lot of 02. What do you think really turned the page for you with 03 so far? Like, you're enjoying it a lot more, it sounds like. You're playing, 12 hours a day, having giga streams, pushing your characters. Lots of people are doing the same. Is there any one thing you can distill it down to, or is it a bunch of little things that they've done?
I think it's like what I really get a lot of enjoyment out of is because everyone was saying Warrior's bad, and somehow I made Warrior so good that everyone's like, "What the hell is going on? What is going on with Warrior?" So I get a lot of joy out of that, and I keep trying to rethink like how can I make my Warrior slightly better. So I do a lot of that, and I think the crafting, like I said, the crafting is really fun. I'm always out of currency because I keep crafting and blowing items up and making good items. I get like a lot of joy out of that. This is the first season in any Path of Exile I've ever played where both the weapons I have right now I didn't buy. I just made them.
Oh, that's awesome, dude.
Usually, yeah. So yeah. I get so much joy out of that, and I think overall, just I always set goals for myself. So my next goal is I want to have 65% movement speed boots, which is expensive. I probably will have to buy that. And as long as you have goals, you can keep a game so fun, even if it gets repetitive. Because I'm definitely at the point where things get repetitive. But I don't know. There's something about this game that keeps my brain busy. I keep trying to just min max, and
yeah,
this patch does that extra well because of all the passive points. Like, there's so much that changed. Like, some things are the same, some things are slightly adjusted. There's this new cluster, so that I think is what keeps a lot of people busy right now. And the auction house, of course, is
Oh yeah.
such quality of life. Wow.
Are you
Like,
liking
holy
it?
moly.
Are you
Yeah,
liking
I
it?
woke up to 25D this morning. I was like, hell yeah.
Woo-hoo. What the
I
heck are
was
you
super
selling,
happy.
dude? What are you
That was
selling?
my that was my previous weapon. Yeah.
Oh my god, you got some giga strong weapons then, man. I woke up to
Yeah.
16 exaltadors.
Hey, that's still nice. I mean, in the beginning, you gotta start where you are, right? Like,
we all start
that's
somewhere,
great.
man. You know, yeah,
Yeah,
we're moving slowly. So,
that's
okay,
good.
no, that makes sense. I like that people are able to craft their own gear and they feel like they can actually accomplish this league. Like the omens are one great example. I'm swimming in them. I can actually use them at one point. I'm getting them from drops too. I'm getting a lot more currency orbs. The perfect orbs that are dropping, I thought they were going to be beyond rare, and I would never see one. I'm stacking up the transmutations and the augs. I have an exalt, I think, and everything. So I really like that.
Yeah.
They feel a little bit more generous this time around, which is nice. Okay, it's a game. Please just be generous. Give everybody a chance to give it a go, and the economy will sort itself out. You called that out a little earlier. The economy hasn't inflated, but man, is it fascinating. Like the way
Yeah.
all the currency is matching up right now. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I think it's incredible. Like every day, I look at the price of the divines and all that, and there's definitely some big groups of players, rich groups of players that are, doing the same things that sometimes happens in stock markets.
Hmm.
Yesterday was a good example. I think the vines went down to 45 exalts. So people were pushing down the price. I don't even know how they do that, but the price went all the way to 45 and then it shot up again to 70. I think right now it's 70. But I'm just so amazed because when you look at the previous 2 seasons, exalt to the divine ratio was insane.
Yeah.
Like absolutely insane. Like 3,000 exalts for a divine, for
Mm-hmm.
example. And I've been looking at all the currencies, like even the perfect exalted orbs, they're just kind of steady, which is
Yeah.
great. So they did a really good job, and I think it's because of probably how crafting works now. So
Yeah.
I don't know. What we're gonna have to see in the long run when everything dies down a bit, because that's usually when inflation really kind of starts. But the inflation so far there is no inflation yet. I think it's kind of steady, which is great. So what are your thoughts on it? Like, have you used the auction house a lot, or?
Yeah, I've used it a decent amount now. I upgraded a few of my gear pieces and it felt super smooth, super easy. I like having everything on one screen while I'm playing. So the
Yeah.
ability to literally just press, / type in a few things, the mods I want, buy the gear, uh go to the hideout, TP back to mine, done. It's great.
Yeah.
I just instantly list my stuff. I love it. I'm a huge fan. I loved it when the currency exchange market came into PV1 with Settlers of KONGOR. It was massive quality of life for me. This is the same exact thing. And it's so easy, everybody can understand it. I still think there needs to be a little bit more of a tutorialization for those older players who may have never experienced anything like this. Like, when I showed the trade site to my dad, who's like 63, he needed some hands-on experience, right, with me showing it to him. I feel like older players, and they are out there who have never done this before, will need that hands-on experience. Like, okay, here are all the filters. Here's how you add a certain stat to your filter search. Here, just all those basic things. Maybe Anj can chat with us a little bit more and get in on that. But I think it's a huge win, dude. And one thing we mentioned briefly is the longevity of the league. Yeah, the league's gonna die down, but I think it will last way longer for a lot of players and be a lot more fun due to this being in game, due to all this stuff still existing on the market for as long as the league is live, never disappearing. People can still search for it, still buy it because the
True.
shops stay live. That's going to help so much, not only with people who play for the full 3-4 months, but people who pop in and weren't playing, right? There's still all going to be just all these items available. And if this whole merchant system wasn't live, they would just be gone, up in the ether.
No, 100%.
Right?
You saw that with Settlers of KONGOR as well. It's the league I've played the longest.
Yeah, it was
And
nice.
why? Because I was like, oh, I have no currency. Oh, but I have all this that I farmed. And I don't have to whisper 10 million people now to sell a little bit. I can just bulk sell it all in one go and it will just be there. And if it sells, it sells. It was incredible. I've never felt so rich in a league as in Settlers of Kongor. I've played it so much.
Yeah.
I had a character worth 35 mirror at one point. I played
Wow.
Molten Strike of Zenith. I
That's
actually
ridiculous.
made a fully like nothing was upgradable anymore, which is something I've never done before in Path of Exile in any
That's a
league
busted
ever.
character. That's a busted character,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, that was it was kind of funny.
Yeah.
I sold it all now and bought a bunch of demigods, so it was worth.
100% worth. All right, so Path of Exile 2, it's had some ups, some downs so far, especially this league. We've talked about a few of them. I'm curious though, dude, King, we've talked quite a bit over the past like few months, you know, setting this podcast up and everything. I tried to do a little bit of due diligence and research, okay, because I always do that with all of my guests, and it seems to me you are primarily a Twitch streamer. Your YouTube channel was not too active before the launch of PoE 2. And since then, you've released some highlight clips, some build videos and everything, but you have such a strong following on like Twitch. I saw some interesting old videos like, oh, I was banned from Twitch for 7 years. Here's the whole story and everything. I'm just curious, how did you get into the content creation space, the ARPG space? Could you give like a brief rundown of your story? I'm just curious. I'm sure the audience is as well.
Yeah, no, of course, happy to answer that. My name, because you asked me, like, can I call you King Kong? My name was always actually just Kongor, which comes from Heroes of New Earth. It's like a big boss that if you killed him, then you have an extra life. It's
Okay.
like a MOBA game.
Like
I used
Roshan?
to play that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Roshan. Exactly. Um, and that used to be my name in World of Warcraft. And in World of Warcraft, they eventually had this achievement, the Bloodthirsty. If you get 250,000 honorable kills, you would get that title. And I made a really popular group that got so popular that the best players back then in the world, like people from Paragon and all kinds of rank one gladiators, wanted to join in on that. They got so popular, I got absolutely whisper spammed, and someone was like, "Oh, there's this website called Justin TV, and then people can see your screen." So I made an account and I called it King Kongor, and the king came from because people in my groups were doing so well, people started calling me King. So I was like, "Ah, King Kongor." Perfect.
There you
So
go.
that was my Twitch name, and I instantly had a bunch of viewers. And my whisper spam stopped. People could see if there was a space, and all that happened. And then Diablo 3 came out, and I built up a little bit of a follower base. Like I had a couple thousand followers. I think it was 2,000 or 3,000. So I had a couple viewers with Diablo 3, and Creparian was already big back then, and all the big streamers eventually, they went to bed, and Barbarian was pretty difficult back then. Everyone was using a like a one-hander and a sword, and a shield. Sorry, and I was like, I want to have a big stick. I want to play with a two-hander, and I don't know how I did it anymore, but I made it work. It was fun. It was strong, and overnight I went to 5,000 viewers, and they came
Wow.
back every day. So most of my following is actually built up in 4 years, back in between 2012 and 16, until
Okay.
like I had a vacation.
Okay. Yeah, okay. You had an occasion. Okay.
Yeah, but I built up quite a big following, and I was also one of the first Path of Exile 1 streamers. I mean, Creparian played it, introduced me to the game, and I started playing it a little bit. I was mainly a Diablo 3 and some other kind of games streamer back then. And I did actually have a YouTube channel. It got to 30,000 subs, but I deleted it because it was so stuck on just Diablo content, and I wanted to do other stuff. I
Oh,
was
okay.
very burned out on Diablo back then, like super burned out, because there was only Diablo and there was no seasons, and I didn't like Reaper of Souls.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well, that's
so
interesting. Why didn't you like Reaper of Souls? I've always heard that, oh, that's when Diablo 3 was saved and it turned into such a better game. Why did you not like Reaper of Souls?
it made the itemization so that as soon as you're level like 60, for example, you would get a full green set. You have your full gear. It just didn't feel like an ARPG. I felt like an ARPG. If you grind hard, you'll get strong, and
Yeah.
then I have fun. But Diablo 3 kind of killed that. It's like you become level 60, you're full gear instantly. I was like, it just didn't excite me. And I know you could get better gear, but just the whole character development, like with how I feel emotionally attached to my character, was just not there anymore.
Got
And
it.
it was
Okay.
definitely there in Diablo 3,
Okay.
early Diablo 3.
Okay. So then you started making stuff again recently with Path of Exile 2's launch, or was it a little earlier with PoE 1 and Settlers of Kalgur?
So during my vacation, I did some stuff on YouTube. It was mostly like Star Citizen stuff. Like it was fun, just a chill game I would do next to work.
Yeah.
And when Path of Exile 2 came out, I eventually figured out it's a pretty cool build, and I decided to start posting builds online. So I've been mostly just whenever I play a build, I post that online, and people seem to like it. The videos are doing well. I'm slowly growing. I'm not a big YouTuber, but I'll keep posting, and we'll see where it goes.
Yeah. And Twitch has been going pretty well as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on, like we all know how it is. Like, you have a certain audience for a certain game. So in Path of Exile, I'll usually do well. And I do well sometimes in different genres. But I am lucky enough to have a community that is supportive enough that I can do it every day
Nice.
without having to worry about anything.
100%.
So that's awesome.
And you have a streamer shed, I hear, correct?
Yeah, I do. Did I
What-
send you a picture?
You sent me a picture?
I don't know if I did. I can't wait. I have a. Do I have time to quickly show? Hold on, I gotta show you. I'm gonna show it on the camera.
Oh, there you go. You can show it on the cam. Okay.
Yeah, I can show it really quick.
I mean, the background looks cool. Is that
Yeah,
your computer running behind you?
Yeah, I
You have long
have really
cords,
long
bro.
cables.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
they're
gonna
all
say.
5 meter long.
Oh my
I
gosh.
spent a lot of time. I found it. Here
I mean, it
is.
looks super clean. Let's say, let's check. Whoa, holy crap, that's legit, dude. That's really nice.
Very proud of it. It's super cool.
Did you build it yourself?
No, it's I actually streamed how it arrived. So it got lifted in the garden with a really big crane.
Oh my gosh, dude, that's amazing. I need to get myself one of those. That's way cooler than what I have. I'm in an office, and the circulation is horrible. Okay, really bad.
It can get really hot in here, but I have an airco and really good ventilation.
Okay.
But the computers, yeah, I don't have to worry about heating in the winter. But
No.
the airco also can warm it up. So
No, of course not. Oh wow. Well, I'm giga jealous. I would love one of those things. Because sometimes I feel really bad with the kids. You know? Oh.
yeah, I can imagine. So my girlfriend eventually wants kids, so we'll see how it is. Like this is like one of the plans, like for future proofing. So
Yeah, 100%. Perfect. Okay, super cool, dude. I was so curious on your origins. So D3 was when it popped off and everything. So yeah, I gave D3 a shot. It never clicked with me. That's actually how I found Path of Exile 1. Because I wasn't a fan of it, but I started playing D3 in 2019. So it was far after Reaper of Souls. So yeah.
Do you still remember the first time you logged into Path of Exile?
Oh yeah.
What?
Dude, I do, 100%. It wasn't that long ago, and it was a magical experience. I'm a lifelong gamer, but Path of Exile 1 was the first game where I sat down, started playing it. I was alone at home. My wife was gone. She was up north with her family. And I started playing at 9 p.m. I looked at the clock, and it was 6 a.m. You know, no guide, just playing, pure vibes, amazing fun. Never done that with a game before.
I'm impressed. I remember my first time when I opened the passageway and I instantly had a headache. I had no idea what to do. I was like, what is this? But over time, you learn it, and it's like, oh, it's actually not too bad. It's like, you only have to focus on this little area here, and you'll be fine.
Incrementally build your knowledge and everything, and it feels really good as you build up that wealth of knowledge too. It's a game where you can learn every time you play, which I really enjoy about it. So. And it sounds like you like the grind, and Path of Exile is exactly that game. You grind, you will continue to get character power. So yeah,
100%.
Okay, I have another question about 0.3 and one of the additions. Now you're running around a lot with Stampede, so maybe you're not using it as much. But Early thoughts on sprint. Are you anti-sprint or pro-sprint? I gotta know.
I love sprint, but it needs a rework, as in a very simple rework. When you hold, like, so when you dodge roll, you have to press shift to start sprinting and not double shift. Or, I mean, not double spacebar. Because the problem with spacebar is if you get in a dicey situation, you're going to spam your spacebar rolling. And sometimes the game will be like, oh, you're sprinting now. And then you just lay on the floor and you're dead. So that's my problem with sprint. But sprint itself is fine. But I mean, Jonathan loves combos. How about we combo spacebar with shift, right?
That's too complicated. Why not just a separate button? Maybe?
Well, yeah, but I mean, I feel like if you instantly can start sprinting, I don't think they would want that.
Or it could be a
I don't see them
dodge,
do that.
like a different button that dodges you and into a sprint.
Yeah, that would be shift. I guess, yeah,
Okay.
that would work too. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I'm totally down with that.
Yeah.
That also sounds really good.
I,
Absolutely.
I agree with you though. I think that improvement will make it into the game and make it quite a bit better. Because you're right.
Yeah.
I've died so many times getting heavy stunned whilst trying to spam dodge, dude. Oh god, it feels so bad. Dude.
I hate it. I get so angry. It's like a few times I had to actually look back at my VODs, like, huh, did I start sprinting? And then you just see me doing a roll and another roll, and then I'm suddenly on the floor. And I'm like, huh, what? Yeah, I'm just spamming.
I
It's
I have to learn also the situations where sprint works and doesn't work. Everybody was telling me sprint makes the Zarok boss fight on floor 4 trivial. Just use sprint, guys. You'll be great. I literally lost 5% because I just kept sprinting and I kept like getting hit by all the crap going on in the arena. Oh, I regret it so much. I'll improve.
I
over
never
time.
got to sprint as a warrior on
No.
bosses because I just stand still and perfect strikes in the campaign. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was trying to do the mechanics, and that was what completely screwed me. It was rough, super rough. Okay, I'm a little curious on this question too. So, I know you said that you would talk about or towers for hours. Okay, how do you feel the current endgame for PoE2 is? I know there were very minor improvements, and there are big improvements said to come with 0.4. But how do you feel about the state of it right now? Grinding it, playing it up on your warrior.
I feel like overall they lowered the health of the bosses too much. So for like the pinnacle bosses, their health is kind of low. Like even when I didn't have very good gear, I thought they died kind of quick. Um, and the end game, I feel like you see a lot of people using the same ability to
Yeah.
do damage, basically the single target. I feel like there should be way more ways to do single targets. They keep killing, and I'm talking about abilities now, but I think abilities is a big part of the end game. Because Hammer of the Gods used to be good. It was fun to use in end game to kill bosses with. But they nerf it sometimes in ways that it becomes unusable. So I hope they just make things like it's okay to nerf something if it's too strong, but don't make it unusable. That's a big problem with the end game right now. So I'm forced to use Rolling Slam. I don't really like using Rolling Slam, but I haven't found any other way. I've tried so many different abilities to do some proper single target, and nothing comes close to Rolling Slams. So then you do Rolling Slam. But it would be nice if they balanced more of the abilities so that more can be used in endgame, which would make endgame on multiple characters more interesting. The endgame itself, like the bosses, it's okay. There's a lot of different things, and they keep adding more. So I do like the new 3 bosses that you have, like the new areas and all the lineage supports. I do see some of these lineage supports being heavily nerfed, by the way. They're absolutely bonkers. But there's a lot to do. I feel like every map I go in, yeah, I don't really feel I'm backtracking as much anymore.
Yeah.
So that's good. Sprint helps a lot with that. So mapping feels quite fun. But overall, we need way more to do. We need more difficult bosses because the hardest bosses in the game are too easy.
Yeah.
If you compare it to Maven from Path of Exile 1, for example, those are actually quite hard fights unless you have like a really insane build that is super specialized. But they usually then specialize in bosses but can't do single target. And in this game, you don't really have that. So, yeah, it needs work.
Yeah, I'd reckon we get, hopefully, the next pinnacle in 0-4. It'd be pretty interesting. We get something that's way harder than Arbiter and pulls some other mechanics into the game, except the hallway dancing and the ball running, you know? So some crazier stuff that you have to juggle. I'd really enjoy that. You touched on Hammer of the Gods getting butchered. I actually wasn't aware. It's now crap. Like, you don't even really want to use it. It doesn't have that big, satisfying chunk of health anymore. That sucks.
You can still make it decent. The problem is it now needs glory to use. And there's a couple ways to get glory. So there is a passive node now that you get like a bunch of glory every 2 seconds. You get 1 glory every 2 seconds, and you can work that up with some other points on the tree. But that would mean you would need to run around for almost 40 seconds before you can use a Hammer of the God once.
Doesn't feel good.
Bosses don't really stand still, and bosses tend to change face. You know, like they start doing different stuff or become unattackable, and then you just lose your glory again. And then, yeah, there's just problems with it right now.
Yeah.
I mean, glory, there's different ways of glory. So you also have glory that works with that new ability that builds up a glory with ignite.
Mm-hmm.
So there's different ways to build up glory apparently, but glory for Hammer of the Gods only works by heavy stunning, or just waiting around to boss for you to finally be able to use it. Yeah, it's just weird. They kind of ruined it, in my opinion.
No, I feel that playstyle a little bit too. I played Acolyte of Chayula for the first week or so of the launch, and it has a mechanic where you have to run around and collect little flames that will increase your damage essentially. And I don't know, I just don't really want to do that, especially because it only lasts for a few seconds and you can't get to max stacks and everything. And then you have the volatility mechanic, and you have to stop attacking the boss so that it pops. I don't know. I watched a video, a World of Warcraft video actually. It was a retrospect on, I think, Shadowlands, and it was talking about how there was a raid or something that encouraged you to stop attacking the boss, and all the mechanics were based around that. I really hate mechanics that like encourage you, even if the boss is vulnerable, to just stop attacking it, right? Like you're just running around, like you don't want to attack to get some buff or juggle something. I don't know. I want to fight the boss most of the time, or be actively dodging abilities, not be like, okay, got to put my palms up for 5 seconds now. Now I can go in. I don't like that. So yeah, it sounds like a similar problem that I hope they can iron out and solve going into future patches. So, you know.
Yeah, I'm really curious what they're going to do with it, because right now I think warriors were barely being played. I mean, there were a substantial amount of warriors last season, but I looked on Path of Exile Ninja, where you can see what abilities are being used, and it was like all the warriors, there was like 3% that used Hammer of the Gods.
Wow.
And then there's another thing. There's this big laser beam, I think, that monks can use, or with spears.
Solaris is
0.03% used it. So yeah, it's like, and it also uses the exact same glory as Hammer of the Gods. It's just not fun to use. They're awesome abilities.
Yeah,
maybe too strong, but yeah. Just nerf the damage and let us use it, because it's cool.
Spear of Solaris looks so sick. I know. I would love a reason to use it. That's the spear one, the big beam of light that's coming down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's sick.
It's good.
It's amazing.
It's good. So 0.4 is coming in December, Kongor. What are you most looking forward to? Is there any one thing that you really want to see in that patch besides Endgame?
Axis.
What?
Two-hander axes.
Oh, is that your weapon? is that what you love? Like, you're forced to use maces now, but once axes are in the game.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I mean, it's crazy how fast you can make a mace now. So I don't know how crazy it's gonna be with axes, because those are way faster. It's gonna be cracked. It's gonna be crazy. Yeah. That's what I'm most looking forward for.
Okay. Yeah, I hope they can somehow, if the resources are available, that they can somehow launch 2 classes into the game, because we all know Marauder comes with axes, and they've promised the druid's coming. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if they can stuff 2 classes into one release. We'll have to see
I
though.
hope so.
I know.
I
My
hope
my
so.
dad's with you. He wants two-handed axes as well. He really wants
Your
to.
dad's interview was amazing, by the
Oh,
way. What a cool dad! Like, holy moly!
He's grinding right now, dude. He's grinding. He's
Hell
like,
yeah!
he wants to beat Arbiter before I do. So that's why I really got to pick up the pace and knock out the Arbiter of Ash before he gets there. So might be tough because he's playing Fub Guns build. He's doing lightning arrow, lightning
Oh,
rod. So
okay.
a little
Meta
stronger than me.
Andy.
He is an extreme meta Andy, dude. Yes, that's
I
how
might have to roll warrior now. Then,
Hey,
just saying.
hey. He tried warrior. That was his first class that he tried in 0-1. He got so frustrated with the game, dude. He almost quit. And then he swapped to monk, and he was like, "Greatest game ever. This is the best." So maybe he can give it a go.
Changed a lot. Yeah.
Maybe he can give it a go. Just stack all the attack speed like you. I'll tell him to check out King Kongor's YouTube channel, and he can watch those big screen clearing videos, and maybe he'll change his mind. So. Okay,
Cool
I had a chat with DM a few weeks ago, and a lot of people hated the PoE2 discussion, and they loved what we talked about at the end of the podcast. So I figured that I'd ask you the same thing, although it might not be the same for you because I'm pretty sure you live in Europe. I don't know what country, but what country do you live in?
The Netherlands.
The Netherlands. Okay, so maybe I don't know what they have in the Netherlands, but we were talking about our favorite fast food restaurant. Okay, and we had a riveting debate about it. Okay, so I'm curious if you have a favorite fast food restaurant in the Netherlands. What is it?
Okay, so yeah, I know. Like, I've lived in Canada for a while, and I know America has like similar stuff. Obviously, there's not. I mean, there's definitely like the Burger King and the McDonald's and all that stuff, but there is a lot of local snack bars, is what we call them.
Snack bars.
And yeah, and there's like, you got like these like doner, like I'm not sure what you call it, like doner kebab places, but they also have something, it's called kapsalon.
Okay. Describe.
Yeah.
What's kapsalon?
Okay, so at the very bottom there's either French fries or sliced potatoes, also just like fries, what do you call them? Just sliced potatoes, like the baked potatoes.
Yeah, potato chips, maybe like literal potato chips, like chips of potatoes. Yeah.
And then on top of that, you have usually some meat, so it can be like either kebab or it can be like some chicken. And on top of that is cheese, like molten cheese, just a completely one layer of molten cheese.
Here we go.
And on top of that, you have vegetables, like a salad, basically on top of that. And then on top of that, you have garlic sauce.
Oh yeah, see, that sounds sick.
It is insane. It's very unhealthy. It is a lot of food, but it's so good. That's not per se a favorite fast food branch or a restaurant, but it's that. Whatever place sells that.
Okay.
That's definitely my favorite. I don't have it very often though because it's insane. It's like basically a heart attack bucket.
Right.
It's amazing.
I'll take the cop out. When I visited Germany, I don't think they're the same thing, but they were like donors. They were like big baskets of bread, and they had all that. They had like potatoes at the bottom. They had meat, salad on top, garlic sauce, other types of sauce. Dude, we were in Germany, so we tried German food. But I won't lie, though, that was the best. That street food was the best stuff there, and we kept going back day after day because we're like, man, there's nothing like that here in the U.S. I wish I could walk down my street and get food as good as that. Just shaving the meat off. Oh, it's so.
Yep. I know exactly what you mean because they also sell that there.
Yeah,
I love it. It's incredible.
It's.
But I do miss a couple things though, like fast food stuff that I had in Canada.
Okay.
When I lived there for a couple of years. I really liked Tim Hortons, but it's not right.
Really?
It's more, I heard it's gone bad now.
What did you get at Tim Hortons? What did you get?
Crispy chicken, like the sandwich with like
what?
It's like the crispy chicken. It was amazing.
Really?
And iced coffee, I loved it. It was so good.
Crispy chicken at Tim Hortons, excuse me. I thought they sold like cold sandwiches. I didn't know that they did crispy chicken there. Maybe that's a Canadian thing. The Tim Hortons here, they sell like, it's like cold cut turkey sandwiches and donuts. I didn't know they did crispy chicken. Maybe it's evolved.
Yeah, it used to be amazing. But I lived in Canada from 2014 till ends 2013 till begin 2016.
Okay, where did you live in Canada? I'm
Apparently.
curious, because I'm pretty close to Canada.
Waterloo, Kitchener, Ontario.
Okay, yeah, kinda,
Close
yeah,
to Toronto.
okay, yeah,
About 2 hours away.
I'm pretty close to. I'm decently close to there. So I've visited there recently. So
Oh.
it's nice. Canada's nice. They almost didn't let me back into the U.S. That's okay though.
Oh.
It's fine. I forgot my passport. Oopsie.
Oh,
Oh.
whoops.
Yeah. But they let me
That's
through.
always my biggest fear when traveling. But let me guess, you went to Niagara Falls.
No, I went to Stratford for the film festival to see some plays.
Oh,
So
awesome! Hey, that's fun.
I'm one of those guys. People recently learned I'm in the top 0.5% of Taylor Swift listeners on YouTube today. So, yeah.
Really?
It's true. Yeah. You showed off your streamer shed. I showed off my Taylor Swift cred. Okay. So I know.
Wow.
It was bad.
That's like the last thing I listened to.
I know. I lost, like 50% of viewers when I said that. No, I'm just kidding. It's probably why Twitch is completely destroying me. It's like, this guy's not a real gamer. Listens to Taylor Swift in his off time. Holy crap. No, but okay. All right, Kingman, is there anything else, PoE 2 or otherwise, that you wanted to chat about today? Anything at all?
What is the class you really want?
Bro, what are you saying here? Come on, don't make yes, but and they seem to have promised it. That's the thing. But now
it's almost a given now. Like we
it confirmed it, but now I'm seeing little snippets from devs saying, "Yeah, we actually haven't even gotten the animations down yet. Like we have to do it still." And that's been the roadblock the whole time. So I'm scared, man.
That's actually crazy. But okay, so let's say you could not get druids. What would be your second choice?
Swords and duelists.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I do the swords, man. Like I know you want axes, but I think swords are going to be so cool in this game. I can't believe they're not in the game already. Like, it's crazy that they wanted to fix melee in PoE 2, and we just got maces, quarterstaffs, and fists now, I guess, and spears to a degree.
It's wild. This is the first ARPG that doesn't have a spin to win yet, like an actual spin to win.
Yeah, there's
which is wild.
Nothing. And apparently spin to win is an axe skill, so swords can't even spin to win.
I'm sure there will be something.
Maybe
they have to.
There's supposed to be something for maces right now that's spin to win. It's one of the coming soon skills. It's like volcanic or like molten. It's not spinning, but it's like a spinning ability with maces. But it's not in the game yet. It's been data mined. So maybe it'll come. Maybe it'll come.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
I'm actually so proud of you that you're also a melee enjoyer.
Oh, huge melee enjoyer, dude! It's so much better. It's so much better, man. I think that contributed to why I quit Dawn of the Hunt early. Like, Lightning Spear was pretty boring, dude.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
It's just too easy.
It is.
I mean, like I said, I played the solo self-found character, and it's the easiest solo self-found I've ever played. Nothing was difficult. I just went to T15s. Nothing was ever a challenge.
It doesn't feel as engaging. Like, I moan and complain about all the on-death effects and the AoEs, but at least I'm engaging with the game constantly. That's how I feel when I'm in melee, and it's just so much more impactful. I'm not crapping on minion players or spell players, but I'm just saying there's something different about getting in there with your virtual fists or your virtual mace or staff and just hitting monsters as opposed to shooting stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It's just that you really connect with stuff and you feel like you're actually killing it. I mean, to be honest though, when I end up just hitting the floor and the screen explodes, but
true. You're not actually hitting stuff. Only when you're using that ability you hate, the rolling slam one. You're actually hitting stuff then, but everything else is screen wide.
I run at it, so and then I land and everything dies. So it feels melee. So melee master race always.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I might try. I am gonna try out Maces and Warrior. I got through Act 1 really fast to play with my wife in Act 2, so I'll try to get it to Endgame. I'll let you know how Stampede and all that stuff feels eventually. I have to get my hands wet and dirty and actually try this stuff because it seems a little fun now. It does. It does seem faster. So
just don't Stampede in campaign.
Okay, no,
Stampede doesn't get good until maps.
Perfect strike. So perfect strike all the way through. Perfect strike, rolling slam, all that stuff. And then
rolling slam OP.
Very OP. Yeah, rolling slam bone shatter combo, pretty busted.
Yeah. Yep. Super good.
Yeah, see, I know. Or the auto attack. Just, little auto attack, bone shatter, bam, just like that.
Yep. Well, the auto attack's just Act 1, and then perfect strike, that's when it
I saw you auto attacking in a breach map today. You were just like, auto attack busted. Look at that. I tuned in for a little bit and I was like, oh, look at this guy. Look at this Joker auto attacking an endgame. My God.
That's because of my new maze. And you want to know how much physical DPS it got from the Sanctify? It went up to 1200 physical DPS.
That's pretty awesome.
That's crazy.
Busted. That's busted. That's higher than anything I've got in Path of Exile 1 ever. Pretty sure.
I've never crafted something this good, so I was like, whoa.
It's a good feeling making something yourself, dude. I'm proud of you. I'm glad you didn't buy it. Let's see if it remains best in slot or if you end up buying something this league.
I mean, at this point, my character's getting so strong that buying an upgrade is just for the stats, but you're not going to notice any difference anymore. So
okay, I know we kind of talked about it earlier, but like if you're going to get top end with the Warrior, what is your next character? Are you going to try Hollow Palm or is it going to be something else? Does something else kind of have your attention right now?
No, Hollow Palm.
It's Hollow Palm.
That was always
Melee Master Race.
It was always the chance. Yeah.
Yep. Melee.
Hollow Palm looks insane. Looks super fun. It's fast.
Yeah.
So
Cold Lightning, mix of the two.
I have no idea. I just know Hollow Palm exists. I know so little about monks, so it's going to be a whole new experience.
Oh, dude, you're going to enjoy it so much. You might not go back to Warrior though, man. Once you experience this, it's addicting. Okay.
You want to know my highest level monk? It's probably level 24.
Oh,
that's
my
it.
God, dude. What?
I got 1,800 hours played this game.
Holy crap. Oh, my gosh. No, you're not a tourist, bro. 1,800 hours. That's good. That's good. I'm clocking in around like 375 now. So, I'm getting up there. I'm getting up there, right? So
yeah, and you have a family, so that's respectable. You're a dad gamer.
I'm a dad gamer with a job, so I have to do my job. It calls most of the time. But I've been able to play a lot this league. It's been a fun time, man.
No, I just really appreciate you inviting me for this. It was a lot of fun.
100%, man. Thank you so much for staying up late, late for me. I'd be in bed at like 10:30, 11:30, man. I'd be out, okay? I go to bed early now. So, thank you so much for staying late, dude. Everybody in the chat, everybody in the VOD, make sure you check out King Kongor's YouTube and Twitch channels. I'll have them linked in the description below. Thank you so much for coming on, man. I really appreciate it. It was really fun talking. We'll have to talk in the future, see if that endgame update actually shakes out and they add every map as a tower, as you may be predicting. So
absolutely, it's gonna be good. Towers will be fixed. I have faith. I'm not a huge shill, but I know they will deliver.
All right,
they will deliver eventually. 100%.
100%, they will. We've been having fun. I'll talk to you later, King.
All right, you have a good one, man.
Have a good one. See ya. Good night.